What's up, guys? I'm Jules. Thanks for coming back for another week in review, week to preview, cross-stitch stuff. Hope y'all are doing well. That's kind of positional. I'm doing all right. I'm doing pretty good. Good in some things, kind of waiting around for other things. I desperately need a haircut. Y'all can tell it's getting like super poofy long. That's coming next week, which I'm excited about because, yep, it's getting poofy long. So, not a lot of stitching this week. Gotta be honest with you guys. Kind of have not been really, how do I say this, relaxed enough to actually sit down and stitch. I stitched a little bit here and there on stuff, but I didn't stitch on Old World Map. I didn't stitched a little bit on Rainy Waterloo. It's honestly like not enough to show you guys. Maybe 100 or 200 stitches here or there. I did stitch on blah 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 blah. The apothecary shop. So I got about, I want to say like 300, 300 or 400 stitches on that. So that's coming along. The goal is, I still have all my goals. I'm just going to have to stitch more once I finally kind of start stitching again. But I got a few things to take care of this week. We'll get into that in a little bit. So the mystery thing that I showed you last week, I haven't stitched anything on that because I've started some other things. Y'all remember that Welcome to Colorado sign? It's probably really only relevant to those of us who live in Colorado, but when you cross the state line from, I know for sure from Wyoming and from Kansas, and I think Nebraska, there's a sign that says Welcome to Colorful Colorado, which the irony is that the sign is really kind of bland and kind of ugly in a sense, but it's iconic. And I had stitched this already before, but when I was pulling some things out, and I'll tell you why here in a bit, I actually was like, that's not really as good as I want it to be. Let me modify it a little bit. Let me make it a better stitch, a better looking stitch when it's done. So I've actually started restitching that one. It's not very long because this is the bottom of the stitch, and I think it's gonna, 1, 2, 3, I think it's only gonna come out to about here. It's only like 50 by 30, so it won't take me terribly long to do if I actually just sit down and do it. So I've been working on that. My chair is all creaky. I should have apologized. I need to WD-40 it, which I do have that around here. I've been meaning to do it. But anyway, so not a lot of stitching. So there's stuff going on, and I need to get through that first. But one of the things that I did want to talk about was patterns that I have been working on, and there is another dog breed that I've added to my monochrome. It's a Great Dane, and I have like a premium Great Dane and then a very mini Great Dane. I think the mini is like 4,500, 5,000 stitches. So here's the premium, and then here's sort of the mini. Hopefully I'll have that edited in appropriately. But it came out really good, and I really like the mini as well. I feel like it's one of those things where, again, if you have a dog of a specific color, you can certainly modify your floss colors to reflect your specific Great Danes. So more breeds are coming. It's just as I kind of feel the bug and be able to jump in and do those things. So I got that one done, and let's see, what else am I working on? So let's see, hold on a second, let me pull this up here. I gotta look to see what my recent stuff that I've been working on is. So the only thing that I'm really like working on that would be like for the general public is a vintage painting I'm calling Sweet Dreams, and I'm trying to do like a more premium kind of like 200 by 200 roughly, full coverage cross stitch versus doing a mini that might be just over half of that. So I'm trying to figure out how to get that to work. But that's just a, it's like a vintage painting, but it would look great as a cross stitch. So working on that. I've got some other things that I've been working on, kind of push those to the side a little bit, because last week, right after the video, I got an email from my friend Christine at a stitching shop who has this, if you don't know, this beautiful, huge cross-stitching plus all kinds of other things store in Denver. And she had reached out to let me know that she had finished some of the minis that I had. I'd given her some patterns to have her stitcher stitch them, and she got them stitched and she had them framed. And so she wanted to get some more patterns of those before she put all that out. And I was like, oh, that's awesome, perfect timing. So when I went over to see her last week, forgot what day of the week it was, I brought her over, I brought her over a couple of the other ones, the other framed things. Where did I put those things? Hold on a second, I gotta pause. Pause! Okay, so I had a few of the other minis that she's had patterns for. So like the little mini winter owl couple. Now you'll notice that I have the glass, excuse me, the glass or the acrylic basically on it, and that's because Christine likes for it to have a cover when it goes over to the store, which I appreciate. I think that's a good thing. So when I came home after the visit, I tracked down. I brought these with me to show her, and she's like, yeah, actually I do have those patterns that we still have some of those to sell. And so I was like, I'm going to track down my acrylic. And I came home and I tracked it down, and I found this one, and then I found the one for, you can see everything that's on my screen. Don't look at my screen. No, I'm just kidding. There we go. Is that a little better? Sort of. So this is a mini water. This is a mini Big Ben. So that one came out really well. But you can see why I don't like the acrylic when I'm trying to show you guys, what's what. So, but I'm gonna take these back over to her. I'm waiting on a couple of other things. So while we were there, I talked to her about the fact that when I last saw her, like, oh God, I think it's been like over a year, easily. I mean, guys, 2024 has been just stupid ridiculous. So I hadn't seen her for a long time. So the last time we talked, she was asking me if I had anything that was like Colorado themed, a smaller Colorado kind of patterns. And I said, well, I don't, but it's something that I can work on because, I mean, it's a great store. It has everything, but it hardly has any like actual cross-stitch patterns of Colorado stuff. Look, my hair is like all over the place. Anyway, so that's when I kind of started working back then on the things like the Colorado State flag and the little hiking sign, the little hiking, not construction, the hiking, like wildlife sign. So my problem has been though that I haven't really been able to find any kind of a frame to fit. At the time when I looked, there wasn't anything out there. Maybe I just didn't look in the right spot, but I found some on Amazon. Now I need to modify my tiny little Colorado State flag, which I'm hoping to actually be able to do this with other state flags. I've got to write a list of all the things I got to work on, but I found this tiny little frame on Amazon. It's got backing and everything. Let me put it right here. Now I'm going to need to modify this because, well, no one, I'm going to need to cut back on the extra fabric and stuff. But I think I'm going to stitch an extra line of the blue, maybe on both sides of it. Just stitch that in so that it fits a little bit better and fits in a little bit better. Anyway, so I'm going to do that. That's one thing I need to do before I go back. I also have the hiking thing, which I have it. I don't know where it is right now, but I do have it, the little hiking sign. And so I've ordered a tiny little frame for that one as well that hasn't come in. But I felt like, I needed to have, a little frame or something for it. But she was very interested in those. So I'm going to print out some patterns when I go back and take those to her. We're going to see how they do because I'm excited about having like Colorado stuff at a Colorado store. I feel like it's a great like entryway into a lot of people like seeing my stuff, because there's going to be a lot of people that aren't going to be able to do some of the bigger things that or aren't going to want to do the bigger things that I have, but the little bitty stuff, and even the minis, they're going to be pretty cool. So so I have those, and the green and white, the thing that I showed you guys, I'm literally, everything is scattered all over the place right now. So here it is, and there are reasons for that we'll get into in a couple weeks probably. But we got, this is actually the Colorado Parks and Wildlife seal. It's a circular, he still has my, don't worry about the hoop marks. That goes away. So, but I've got that to work on, and I've got the Welcome to Colorado to work on. I have the mini Garden of the Gods. I think, did I show you guys that one? The big Garden of the Gods is pretty cool. I love it, but it's a big cross stitch. It's a big full coverage cross stitch. So that is something that I want to try and get the mini one done. And then, let's see, let me mark off what I've got here. So mini Garden of the Gods, the mini Welcome. I've got a mini Brown Palace. So the Brown Palace Hotel, I think it was built like in the late 1800s in downtown Denver, and like 40 years ago it was acquired by, I forgot who, some big hotel chain, and they kind of turned it into a deluxe luxury 5-star ridiculously expensive place, but it's an iconic building in Denver. So I finally found the one picture that I kind of want to use for cross stitch. So I made it into a mini, or yeah, mini. I think it's like 110 by 90 or something like that. I want to stitch, again, I want to stitch that to see how well it comes out. I want to have a model before I take it over. But yeah, so I'm going to have at least some of some Colorado stuff, and with the opportunity to do more. But that might be my near goal of getting done. Because as much as I'm like, I don't want to go into the stores and everything, that's just my inner, what do you call it, imposter syndrome talking, and I need to branch out more. I have stuff, I can do all these little things for these stores, and if you have somebody that you're like, gosh, they need more, this store that I go to, it's in this state, and they don't have anything for the state, especially things that are smaller, let me know. And, let me know, and maybe I can put something together and see if folks would be interested in that. But it's something that I enjoy doing. Like I said, I just want to get people cross-stitching. So however it is that you do, I'm still doing all the big patterns, I'm still doing the monochromes, I'm doing everything. And I do have more time to get those things done. I just have some things that are between me and being able to really start working on it. So, but we're getting really close, guys. We're getting super close. So I'm going to do the welcome thing. So the two patterns that they had framed and ready to go, and I took pictures of them because I was like, wow, that looks so cool, was the mini cat back, which is, it's not a monochrome, but it's got like, I don't know, 8 colors or something like that. So it's the mini cat back, get my head right here, and then the mini raising the flag, which I loved raising the flag because I felt like it really looked like an old time newspaper photo, basically. So I actually want to stitch that one for some friends of mine, which won't take terribly long because it's there. But yeah, one more stitching project. So I gotta stitch. Someday I gotta stitch. So yeah, so let me mark off that. So I got the brown pattern badge. So yeah, so there's that. So yeah, so football season's upon us. Saturday is a true start. Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, all this stuff is going on. So I'm trying to get myself in the mood here. But once NFL starts, I'm really like, NFL is like my thing. So I'll be excited for that next week. But college is cool too. College is fun to watch. All right, so health-wise, so some good news. I got the results of my MRI for my back. And I talked with the neurosurgeon folkses, and they were very happy. They said it looked great. There wasn't any like nerve entrapment. There wasn't any obvious issues. Everything looks like it's healing well. I've got some scar tissue on my back. Big surprise, that's supposed to be there. No real answers though as to why. Like there's a little spot on one of my incisions where it just hasn't healed. That could be a circulation issue. In that particular area, and I'm gonna address that with some things at home. But as far as the foot swelling issue, like no answers from the neurosurgeon. Like it's not coming from my back as to why I have foot swelling. And I'm actually thinking that it never was related to my back. I had some foot swelling back about 3 months no, about 4 or 5 months prior to actually having back surgery. I noticed that my feet were getting a little bigger, and it's especially as the day went on, and it forced me to start wearing compression socks and things like that at work. And it went away when I had the surgery, because a lot of it, I was laying down, I had my feet up, I was, off my feet, and I thought that was, hey, my back is better. And then when I started walking around, especially when I went back to work, the foot swelling seemed to get worse and whatnot. So I actually think that that's totally unrelated now, and I think that it's more related to some type of circulation issue. So last Friday, we went to get ultrasounds, and I got like an hour and a half of ultrasounds. It was ridiculous, not ridiculous in like it was crazy, kind of way, not stupid. It was good. I got my heart ultrasound, which that was cool. I've had that done a few times before, but I got to watch, and I kind of know some of what I'm looking at, obviously with the background. Not everything, but a lot. And not everything, but then they did my neck, looked at my neck arteries, and then they went and looked at my feet and my legs. And so we're actually going back to the cardiologist in a couple of hours, and we're going to find out the results of all that. So we're going to see what's going on, what's hopefully we'll get answers. We just primarily, no matter what it is, we just want to know. We want to start knowing, like, why do my feet swell, why do my legs hurt, why, and so for a lot of different things that have been going on. So and conveniently enough, if I do have any circulation issues in my legs, or even in my neck, I'm seeing the vascular specialist on Friday. And that was fortuitous, because way back when I started finally addressing these issues 6-8 weeks ago, with the neurosurgeon, I was finally like, guys, I'm just going to say it. I'm having issues here, and I'm kind of worried that it's not the back, could it be this or this or this? And they put me on a course of seeing the vascular specialist, but I got kind of pushed around a little bit, and I got delayed and everything. So the appointment was going to be, the last Friday in August. And initially I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I have to wait that long. Ironically, it actually comes at the perfect time, right after I've had all these tests on my legs and everything. Now they're going to do more tests come Friday, because they only looked at, artery stuff, with the cardiology stuff. So the venous stuff can be worked on with the vascular specialist. So so we're going to get some answers here, in the next, today, a lot of answers, potentially more answers come Friday, and then hopefully a plan of action, a plan of, getting my energy back, making me feel better. Sadly, I don't think that I'm going to be able to go back to working at the warehouse job that I loved so much. I'm just thinking that standing on my feet all day is not the best thing to be doing. So I've been doing other stuff. I'm not going to get into it, but I've been doing some other things. So we're doing fine. Yeah, so that's what's coming. So today is I'm kind of nervous. If you can't tell, I'm kind of nervous. Usually the cardiologist goes and puts up the results in my chart on my online file, and I can see there hasn't been anything up. So I'm like, oh, and I gotta sit and wait and find out. No way. That's not who I am usually. I'm usually more of a let's go get it, and so but we'll have answers. And that'll be good. And then we'll know. So ultimately, this is going to be a better week than it's been for a while. And so just knowing, getting plans together, figuring out what we're going to do, we've been under a lot of stress for the last several weeks and whatnot. And so this is yesterday was the first day that we felt, okay, stuff is coming. We have plans. We're going to get more plans on Wednesday. We're going to be able to do what we need to. So we'll see. But I'm just ready. Let's just go. Let's just go and find out. Let's just get this stuff done. Two more things. One, my brain doesn't work. No, one, I did it again. My brain doesn't work. Oh, honey. So the hubs is going to be, so after our appointment on Friday, we're going to go up, well, hopefully we're going to go up to where the north of where the beehives are. And I say hopefully because I don't know if they're going to want to do anything at the appointment or after the appointment and tell me not to do anything afterwards. But we're supposed to go up to the bees. We're going to actually remove the honey supers. My husband and I are beekeepers. My husband's a beekeeper and I'm his assistant. How about we just say it that way? And so it's time to pull the honey off of the hives. And so we're gonna go off and we're gonna go up and actually do that. And then he's gonna go tomorrow over to his co-beekeeper, the other guy that helps, that's also doing the hive stuff there, and they're gonna extract the honey themselves tomorrow. So I'm not going to be a part of that. I got other things I got to do. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. So we got that going on. Again, if the plans hold true, we're going to go to our favorite barbecue place tomorrow. No, tomorrow's Thursday, Friday. So hopefully all that works out. Because we haven't been there in a while. And yeah. I think that is it for now. Yeah, I talked a lot more than I thought I was going to. So, all right, guys. Well, wish me luck. Let me know, you know, where we're going. Oh, the last thing I was going to say is I was actually working through my roller frame material, and I'm going to talk about this. I think the next video too. We'll see. But if you're still watching, and you want, like, you need some more roller frame scroll rods, I have so many. I have so much more than I need. I've got, like, and I don't use them for like the really big long projects because it's just, I don't know, I just don't like stitching that way. I can never get it as tight as I want to, and I always run the risk of tearing something because I'm like, argh. So I mean, I've got, I think anything that's like, trying to think, like 28, 32, 36, like I've got all the big sizes. If there's a big size roller frame scroll that you would like to have, reach out to me at my email, stitchingjules at gmail, well, stitchingjulesdesign@gmail.com. Use that one, or either one, I don't care. And so stitchingjulesdesign@gmail.com, and we can arrange something, you know. And I am selling them. I'm going to sell them, you know, inexpensively, but I got to cover shipping and all that. So but yeah, we'll see. You guys take care. I'm trying to remember. Y'all take care, and I will talk to you guys really soon, and hopefully have more stitching done next week. Take care. Bye-bye.